I don't know if you can see the Tom and Jerry gif underneath this tweet right here, but this could be the Timo Meier trade all over again. I want you to let me know your thoughts as to whether or not that is the case. I had myself a pretty fun and eventful Thursday night, so I am making this video commentary in the wee small hours of Friday morning, March 7th. It is 1 a.m. here on the West Coast, and by the time this video comes out on YouTube, hopefully, the folks in New York are starting to wake up at the crack of dawn, hearing the cock-a-doodle-doos from the roosters outside, or whatever have yous in the New York area, because we do have some trades to talk about here. This show, as always, is brought to you by ExpressVPN. Go out there and check out the first link in the description to save some money on your VPN, get some free months, and support this YouTube channel in the process. But what exactly is J.D. Young, my fry hole, referring to? The Timo Meier trade all over again. Well, we are heading over to New York. Because the Islanders, baby. It's the Isles. Bo Horvat and the Islanders have made two trades. Okay, Bo Horvat is not in charge of making the trades. We'll just be very clear about that. But the Islanders firstly made this trade at 9 p.m. at night, so it was almost midnight there in New York. The Islanders had acquired forward Calum Ritchie, a first-round pick in 2026 or 2027, a conditional third in 2028, and defenseman Oliver Kylington from the Avalanche in exchange for Brock Nelson and William Dufour. Not Willem Dafoe, William Dufour. Take a look at this. Calum Ritchie, a first, a third, and Kylington in exchange for Nelson and Dufour. It's a really big move for Brock Nelson heading over to Colorado. And immediately after this 8:55 trade went down with the Islanders, they then sent that Oliver Kylington to Anaheim for nothing. Yeah, talk about a throw-in trade. This trade happened 15 minutes after the first one. I'll never forget your time here, Oliver Kylington. The guy spent a grand total of 15 minutes in the New York Islanders organization before getting sent over to Disneyland. So, nice to see him get that opportunity, right? All kidding aside, we do have two trades to dissect and dive into here, and of course the biggest one being that Brock Nelson trade. Now, why exactly are people saying that this could be the Timo Meier trade 2.0? Well, it's because the Colorado Avalanche are acquiring one of the more sought-after pending free agents to be on the market. Nelson is 33 years old, 6'4", 212, a left-handed center, and he's a guy who scores goals. He also is on the books for $6 million a year till the end of this season. Now, I'm not actually sure if the trade is including any salary retained. It does not look like it. It's not written about here on the Islanders website, so I'm going to assume that Brock Nelson and his full $6 million AAV contract is heading over to Colorado. And with this in mind, they are getting themselves, Colorado that is, a 20-goal scorer in 60 games this season. He's on pace for 56 points on the year. Last year, he had 69 points and 30 goals. The year before that, he had 75 points and 30 goals. The year before that, he almost had 40 goals, and he had nearly 60 points. Brock Nelson has been a super versatile, goal-scoring, offensive-producing machine the past few years. And look, at 33 years old, I don't think anybody's going to go out there and expect him to get any better as the years go on, but as a potential Casey Mittelstadt replacement, there definitely is room here for Brock Nelson to showcase his talent and to be given a bigger and better role in Colorado. We know that they've been interested in grabbing on yet another center for months now. Ever since Casey Mittelstadt started to show a little bit of warts in that spot that they gave him, that Avalanche team was definitely going to be in the market for centers, and Brock Nelson is the way to go here. Now, Colorado is also receiving William Dufour, who is a 23-year-old prospect, fifth-round draft pick by the Isles in the 2020 NHL Draft. He's a decently sized dude, pretty big, 6'3", 212, a right-handed right wing, who was really, really good in the St. John Sea Dogs system in the QMJHL. He was at almost 2 points a game in that season's worth of play. I believe that was his draft plus 2 year, 56 goals and 60 assists, whilst being a point per game for Team Canada at the World Juniors. William Dufour, once upon a time, was a very notable NHL prospect, but as his time in the Islander system went on, things just didn't go right for Dufour. 48 points in 69 games played is really good as a first-year AHL pro, but the season after he declined in points, and the year after that he declined in points one more time. He's got 18 points in 45 games played this season after being a 48-point guy in 69 games. So Dufour heading over to the Colorado Eagles system. Hopefully this is the change of scenery that he needs to get back to his scoring ways and to potentially exhibit the same offensive prowess that he had displayed in the QMJHL in years prior. So for William Dufour, there certainly is a lot to look forward to for his career. Playing in the Colorado Eagles system, things are going to change. He's going to get some different line mates. Who knows whom it is that he actually suits up alongside of. I mean, there are some decently productive guys that this Avalanche team does have. I think Jason Megna is an interesting one there. Jack Ashawn, former Wisconsin Badger, I believe. And then Matthew Phillips, of course, a name that was really popular for Calgary Flames fans back in the day. But let's talk about why this trade is so good for the New York Islanders. Not only are they getting the first and the third and Oliver Kylington, whom they immediately flipped to Disneyland, but they got Calum Ritchie, one of the better prospects in the NHL this season. 20 years old, 6'2", 190, right-handed center, a playmaker, a puck handler, a two-way center, a guy who this season has 67 points in 41 OHL games, on pace for 78 points. Last year, he had 80 points in 50 games played. So he's roughly in that same point production territory. Last year as well, he was way over a point per game in the OHL playoffs, as well as doing some pretty good things in the Hlinka Gretzky a few seasons ago. Not to mention, for Team Canada at the World Juniors, he had 2 points in 5 games this previous year. Calum Ritchie is a versatile two-way force. His hockey sense is his defining quality. His separating skill in the O-zone, that means supporting the puck carrier, connecting plays, anticipating gaps in coverage, identifying where to position himself off puck, and controlling his skating to arrive in the right places at the right time. Even when his team does lose possession, Ritchie has what it takes to win it back, leveraging himself against opponents physically, cutting through their hands, and putting his team back on the right track. Calum Ritchie is more of that Joel Erikssonek, Mark Scheifele type of center, according to the Elite Prospects Draft Guide. And if the New York Islanders just grabbed themselves this caliber of a prospect for Brock Nelson, whom folks were debating whether or not he would re-sign and stay with the New York Islanders in general, I think that's a really good bet. Never mind Oliver Kylington, who was now sent over to Anaheim for nothing. I mean, left-handed defenseman, 27 years old. We saw the Ducks just get rid of Brian Dumoulin, so they did need an extra body to fill in on that D slot, so Kylington does come in and fill in that role nicely. Dumoulin to Kylington. It kind of rolls off the tongue nicely. Kylington this season had 13 games played with the Colorado Avalanche and 4 points, which actually isn't that bad when you think about just the raw hard point production metric. A few seasons ago, he had 31 points in 73 games played for the Calgary Flames, so that obviously was his most productive season National Hockey League-wise. But for Oliver Kylington heading over to Anaheim, I mean, there are spots available on that team. There's a chance for him to be given some sort of a role. We'll just have to wait and see whether or not the Ducks give it to him and whether or not he'll be capable and healthy enough to take that in stride. So, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about these two trades done by the New York Islanders. Goodbye, Brock Nelson. He's heading over to Colorado alongside William Dufour. The Isles are getting themselves 2 significant draft picks and Calum Ritchie, and the Anaheim Ducks in the same transaction end up getting Oliver Kylington for free. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you believe this is the Timo Meier trade all over again? Let me know what you're thinking about this. I hope you enjoyed this video. Sign on. And bye.